Hey everyone, my name is Tracy Tron, and in this video I'm going to show you my 3 main hunting methods that I use on a regular. The first one I'm going to show you is what we call the Charlie Unicorn method. Now, this was also something that I had been testing with the personal boost during the IUH boost that we just had. So I'm going to explain to you why I do this with a personal boost. It's probably the easiest way for me to explain how they work. So for starters, this is basically one island method, staying on jungle, capturing all the horses on jungle. And then once I've caught all the horses on jungle, I then apply a IUH personal boost for 2 hours and I stay on jungle. I do not leave jungle. The only time I leave the island is when a herd spawns on another island. I go to that other island, I capture all the horses on that island as well as the herd, and then I return straight back to jungle and I stay on jungle. Now, I've done this with and without a boost. It works really well, especially for those people that don't have a lot of tokens, that don't want to jump to multiple islands because, they don't have free travel. It's also a good way to utilize your time in between waiting for the horses to spawn, do some fishing, gather some resources, go through your inventory. You can also use the apple basket if the apple basket spawns. But basically, the way that the personal boosts work is that by applying a personal boost and staying on the one island and capturing the horses, you do need to get close to these spawns of where horses are for them to be activated because of the dynamic spawns. So by applying a boost and then staying on the one island and capturing them over and over again, you're going to help with that personal boost, deciding whether or not that next horse spawn that you've activated will become an IUH or whatever boost that you have applied. So this is what I do. I did this all the way through the boost. I basically did this. I've done this method in all events. It's something that I do off stream, but as now we have personal boosts, I've been testing it with the personal boosts, and it works really well. A lot of you have been using this in the past boost that we just had, and we're really successful. Again, let me remind you that anything that I show you within this video and that you're not guaranteed to get IUHs, this is just what works best for me, and it may work for you, but please keep in mind that sometimes these will work for some and not work for others. It's really good to have a couple of methods that you can jump between so you don't get bored. A lot of people get burnout when they're doing these methods or they're hunting. Yeah, it does take a long time and it can be very grindy. You can find yourself being burnt out or not motivated. This is why I always have a couple of methods that I've used in the past 2 years of IUH hunting. And again, it's not guaranteed, but give it a go and see how things are for you. You do not need to use this with a personal boost. You can do this without a boost. I did this for 4 hours without a boost, and I managed to get a couple of a couple of the high tier event horses, as well as a lot of event horses and the horned during the autumn event. So this has worked really well for me. And yeah, give it a go. With this second method, this is my leapfrog method. It is my main one that I've used, that I've also showcased on my channel and on TikTok. So this is where I pick one mid-tier island and one high-tier island, and I will jump between the 2 islands, hence why I've called it the leapfrog method. Now, I've used this with and without a boost. It's been very successful. I have used this for such a long time during events, and also without events. This was really good for when I was targeting certain hares, IUH hares, for my IUH capture log, which I have now completed for the 3rd time. Yay! But yeah, this is basically jumping between 2 islands. Now, you don't need to use this method just between different clusters. You can use this in the one cluster. So if you just want to do 2 islands in the one server, you can do that. For example, doing Luna and Volcano back to back, really good, or Luna and Jungle, whatever you want to choose. But this was something that I use on a regular and it works well for me. But yeah, This is the leapfrog method. Now for my third method that I use, it is a mass capture method. I have used this for such a long time and I absolutely love this method. It's basically where I capture all four mid-tier islands over and over again until a herd spawns. Once the herd spawns, I capture the herd and then I proceed to go to the high tiers, and I'll do the exactly same thing. I'll stay on the high tier islands, mass capturing, and then once the herd spawns, I will capture the herd and then I will return back to the mid tiers. Now, in between jumping between the two clusters, I will stop at Forest or Blizzard and quickly capture one of those islands before going to the next cluster. That way, I feel like that I'm still counting all the islands, but generally, I stick to the mid and the high tier islands. Hopefully, this helps. Maybe giving you different options to hunt. Again, you're not guaranteed to get an IUH using these methods, but a lot of you have been using these with and without boosts. All of them I have used with and without boosts and during global boosts and being very successful. So I do hope this helps in the future and during the events. So until next time, take care.